Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Maryland Jockey Club at Laurel Park for a Friday morning edition of Today at the Races. I'm Dan Ullman along with Keith Fustel. Keith, yes. We've got 8 on tap right now. The main track is good, but we have some rainy weather.
Yeah, I mean, close to, I think, over 1.5 inches possibly of rain throughout the day into the evening. So we're going to deal with some definite wet conditions out there on today's racing card. But I tell you, you adjust, and sometimes you know, you can really kind of reap some good dividends when you dig a little deeper and get some of that off-track handicapping. When you hit, you can connect for a really good price.
Certainly some mud lovers that we'll talk about on today's program. Big weekend of racing. We've got Saturday 4 stakes races, and then, of course, next week we've got the Tessio. We have a special guest coming in tomorrow as well.
Yes, we do, right? Mike Beer coming in, your old cohort for the Daily Racing Form. You guys did great work year in and year out. And will you guys be doing any work together tomorrow?
I've never met Mike Beer, and I hear that he copies my picks. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, I've got a couple people out there, you know, in the past, some thieves, I guess, out there. But no, good to have them on board. Absolutely does great work.
We're hoping that April showers bring May flowers, especially for Preakness 150, because it's going to be the last Preakness at Pimlico. Tickets are now on sale. Check them out. You're going to head on over to Preakness.com. Preakness 150. It is going to be a happening. A lot of teary eyes, I think, when the horses go out to the track for the 150th Preakness.
Yeah, it's just not sure what the emotions, you know, there could be all kinds out there that day, but going to be a really, really important day. You know, I think, you know, everything that's gone on, the history with Pimlico, Old Hilltop, the Preakness Stakes, but you know, we'll be moving on to a new chapter, you know, back in 2027. Looking forward to all of the changes. But, yeah, definitely a very sentimental day.
It's a great betting card, Preakness and Black-Eyed Susan Day, Preakness Day especially, and you're going to want to stock up. And the best way to do so is to play the Preakness 150 Handicapping Challenge on Preview Day. We've got the Tessio, we've got the Weber City Miss. I believe we have 3 other stakes races on the program. $500 buy-in. This is a hybrid contest. Show up at Laurel Park on Saturday, April the 19th, and sign in or play online. Not only do you get great cash prizes, 2 Preakness tickets, but also an opportunity to win entry into the most prestigious handicapping contests in the entire world, the NHC and the BCBC, where the money is outrageous.
Yeah, and you're going to be banging heads against some pretty sharp customers out there. But, hey, sharpen your skills on Preview Day at Laurel Park.
Now, before we get to the Preakness at Pimlico, remember Mother's Day is a wonderful event. Every year, Mother's Day at the races draws a great crowd, family-friendly. Sunday, May the 11th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get tickets for Mother's Day at the races at Pimlico at Pimlico.com. Let's take a look at our weather conditions for today. It is raining right now.
Mm-hmm.
The main track is currently listed as good. The temperature 44 degrees. Bleh.
Yeah, a little bit of a raw day. Sealed and good right now. We'll see if it changes to muddy, possibly even to sloppy as this day goes on. But the guys are doing a great job with our racing surface. Hey, this is the hand we're dealt today from a handicapping standpoint, and we're going to do our best to, get you some winners.
Let's kick things off with race number 1, going 3/4 of a mile. This is a condition claimer, 12-5 down to 10. Now winners of 3 life for 3 and up. Take out the 1, Tis Mark Spirit. Take out the 8, The Heights. We still have a nice field of 9 in here, and this is the opening leg of our 12% takeout value pick 5 wager. 50-cent minimum. I think it's the best bet in the business. Low takeout. Isn't that what everyone wants?
Agreed. Absolutely agree 100%. It's not an easy wager, but you're offered this great value. 12% takeout, a 50-cent minimum play, some prices, some payouts that can be, life-altering a little bit. So in today's card, and when I did this ticket, my original ticket was well over $100. It was in that 144 range. This could be a really, really good one. These races are tough all the way through. If you glance at our handicapping guide on laurelpark.com, go to handicapping. Our picks are all over the place. Yeah. I'm hoping, whoever's riding along with me, I'm hoping we get hot and we can roll. Dan, whatever, maybe you want to monitor how everybody's picks are doing early on and ride them the rest of the way, because it is that kind of racing card. $32 ticket. Let's look at the opener, 2, 5, 6, and 7 for me. I got a couple shots in there. Get like Mike at a 12-1 with Yetsit Hazelwood. Got to trim it. We're 2 apiece the rest of the way. Race 2 with the 5 and the 6. Interesting firster here for Kerry Bryan. Race 3, 2-6. El Divino Nino on a raise and rapidity. Scratch the 1. Window Joke, the 3 unit winner, and the 5 Kissling out of race number 3. Race 4. Scratch the 4. She Is Whiskey. I'm going to settle in with the 1, our Avery Lynn, and the 8 True Sunshine. If you can afford to throw in Fainter's Fillets, please do so. That horse does like an off track. Race 5. Wrap things up with the 3 and the 9. Firster here for Russell and Rapoli Stables. It looks to be any kind. The breeding is there. Nicole's Will. Scratch the 1. Artist Mark, and the 2, Jace Is No Joke, out of race number 5. So I go 3-9 to wrap up that early value pick 5. Again, 12% take it. A $32 ticket today. Grab a friend. Add a few more if you can. This thing could really pay. I'll be shocked if this thing doesn't pay a couple grand. This is, I thought it was a
That's
trick.
if it gets hit. Remember, we have carryover potential in both pick 5s right now, which would be nice going into tomorrow's card. But we want to hit it, and we want to hit it big. And we're going to talk about your top selection in the opener. That's the number 6, Parkerness. And we have a video spotlight on Parkerness.
Yeah, this is a second off the break. Jamie Ness with what, 3, Dan, on Sunday?
Yes.
J-Rod with 4. We don't get J-Rod today, but we're going to we do get J-Rod
today.
So we're going to get that. I thought this was a pretty good return from December, laid off all the way to April, gets the lead early, gets hooked, and then just battles back. Love the seasoning that Parkerness got off of this return try at Parks. A little bump up in the tag department. Certainly works. Experience over this racetrack. Wet track numbers, a little bit so-so. This is a race where I don't know if he wants to get involved right off the bat with some quick horses in here. Leonids, Bandits, Golden Child, your top selection, right? The 10 Tough Workout. Parkerness in the past has shown the ability to sit a little bit further back and make that run. Hopefully got enough off of that return race to kind of make that move from a couple lengths out of it today. Tough opener.
Very tough opener. I think Parkerness is the speed of the speed in here.
Really?
And it's going to be interesting to see if this pace gets really hot. Tough Workout, the number 10. Listen, hard to make on paper, right? 2 for 51 lifetime. I'm going to take a different approach at that 2 for 51 and say, she's only 1 for 11 on a wet track. Where did that last race come from? I have no idea. She was 41-1. She faced an odds-on gate-to-wire winner. She was on a hard chase throughout, and she never quit.
No.
She draws outside the other speeds. I think she can sit a little bit. She won't be getting the mud in her face likely. Sarah Del Fabro is aggressive. I think Tough Workout will at least give you a thrill at a price.
And I'm telling you, the way the track is played, I still have noted slight outer lean on these racetracks the last couple racing cards. Would not surprise me if this horse can set up shop just off the pace. And you saw this horse never went away last time. I actually battled back to the last 1/8 of a mile. should be a presence a long, long way in here. I think another price horse to use, Get Like Mike. I've always thought this horse is a little bit better making one-run sprinting. Was a little bit keyed up last time. I know the internals weren't super sharp, but got to the front going long. 2 turns, back to 1 turn. Races on the page that certainly work. This is a horse at 12-1 with Yetz at Hazelwood. I saw him give a ride on a firster the other day for, I believe it was Claudio. Horse got off a little funky, but did a great job settling the horse, working an inside-out trip to make a little bit of a run late. I'm kind of envisioning that kind of trip. They're going to run away from Get Like Mike early. I hope he doesn't panic. Just stay relaxed and stay poised and try to make a close into this. May not get the job done, but I think this horse is a key to exactas, tries, and supers.
Bandit's Golden Child, I think, is a main contender. This is a horse that was facing one of those funky West Virginia allowance races where the open horses have to run for the non-winners of 3 life, and Bandit's Golden Child was facing a West Virginia bred that had 9 wins. And I think this horse is just getting a double drop in class, and I think this layoff is just what the doctor ordered after getting a little bit tired at the end of that race. Another horse with very good tactical speed. Tell me about Towns Warrior.
Yeah, this horse certainly fits. Third off the claim for Kreiser. A barn when coming in here. He's about 18. What I've got 19% the last 3 years on the Laurel main track. Was hung wide into a pretty sharp flow. Kind of just kept grinding. Didn't really bring a big punch that last 1/8 of a mile, but certainly works. Has never been on a wet surface. Look at the top side. One of the best stallions you'll ever find for off going. That's Speightstown. Like the draw here, enough positional speed where I don't think he has to go, get avoid any hiccup into the turn, and I think he brings a better finish than what he did last time. It gets a little bit better. And you look at the 2-back try, he was in, this is a 3 in life against a horse like One Way Fair. There's horses that was a step up in condition. He was kind of out of condition in the 2-back race. I think comes back to a good spot today.
Also want to quickly mention the 5 Ascendants. I think this horse really is going to appreciate a good pace up front, and he loves a wet track. So 2 things in the favor for Ascendants as well as a price. We're all over the place.
Yes.
Wide open opener. Great way to start the week at Laurel Park. 6-7-2-5 for Keith, 10-9-5-2 for me. Let's move on to race number 2. 6 furlongs, maiden special weight, $47,000 is the purse. We have a field of 6 after the scratch of the 3. Peachy Promises. This is the first leg of our first of 2 pick 4 wagers on the Friday card. 50-cent minimum, and again, chances for big payouts.
Yeah, big payouts, no doubt. This maiden special weight event, very interesting. Again, scratch the 3, Peachy Promises. I lean to the 5. This horse kind of intrigues me quite a bit. By Vacoma, one of the hottest stallions out there, gets you about a debut winner 21% of the time right now. Kerry Bryan, 3 Diamonds Farm. I saw that. I'm like, wait a second, where did I see this before? I go back. I said, yeah, I was at the station, Greenmount Station. If you haven't been to the station lately, get up there, enjoy some simulcasting. Enjoy a Laurel card, a good lunch, a couple cocktails. But anyhow, Viola, 3 Diamonds Farm, Kerry Bryan. They had a firster win about a month ago at Gulfstream Park. This horse open with money, show good works, open with money. I'm like, how's this horse getting play into Todd Pletcher and all these? And ran huge, won it at 8-1. Right back here with a horse by Vacoma. Now, okay with the firsters is the mare, 2 for 4 in the money, but these works are sharp. I just think this is a horse. You got J-Rod come calling. It might be just kind of the one that upsets one of these Brittany Russell types. We'll see. I'm taking a little guess.
There's certainly bred both sides for speed. Obviously, Vacoma wins with a high percentage of first-time starters.
Yeah.
The Dam was a stakes-place synthetic sprinter. This Viola sold for $60,000 as a yearling, was entered in an April sale as a 2-year-old, was bought back for $45,000, but breezed in 9 and 4. So it looks like this one might be pretty quick out of the gate. Brittany Russell has 2 in here, a first-time starter, Devilish one, but also one with experience. Let's take a look at Grayson's Girl, the number 6. We have a video spotlight of Grayson's Girl, and this doesn't have to be the most comfortable trip in the world.
No, none whatsoever. And it ends up being wide, caught out there. And I tell you, this horse does finish, I thought, pretty well into this race. Thunder in Paris. Moon Cash was involved in this race, and we know what Moon Cash has done since. But Grayson's Girl ramps it up, makes a good progression, just falls short. The number's good, 60 for a 2-year-old back in July. Wants a little more ground, it certainly looks like, but I think can benefit off of that time to mature. Late 6 going on today.
We do have a stat as well. This was a good performance because
touchscreen,
hopped at the start and then had to run into the pace. Brittany, third out maidens, first after layoffs between 6 months and a year, 5 of the last 7. No surprise. 71%, 403 ROI. But you're going to have to take a short price off a layoff. But I think Grayson's Girl has shown some ability stepping up from the waiver to the maiden special. Let's talk a little bit about Frosted Dreams, the number 2. And this horse ran into a real hot horse at Colonial.
Yeah, ran in a 2-5 Brad Cox runner. Had run a 68 prior at Gulfstream and a couple other, I think that was maybe its 4th lifetime start. Got it done at Colonial, did Keepsake. This horse didn't have the most comfortable of trips as well. You're talking about Grayson's Girl, Frosted Dreams, keen early behind foes, greenly through the lane a little bit, worked outward and kept on our notes. Coming back now, certainly by a stallion, Frosted, and get you a wet track winner, 16%. Frosted Dream, again, should benefit off the debut at Colonial. Stamina certainly is there, comes back. Good work over the home track. I think Frosted Dreams will be ready to play today.
Another horse cutting back in distance is Loving Gaze. Ran the one-turn mile at Colonial last time out and just got cooked on a real tough second quarter and 22-1 and paid the price. Still not sure how good this one is, though.
No. I mean, this is a barn that hasn't won a slew of races at all in Maryland, but that was an encouraging try. We're third off of a bench, third in a new barn change, back to the main track off of the surf. You know, obviously proven speed, and in some of these races, you got all these firsters. Could be the trick.
And then the question mark in the race is Devilish One, going out for Brittany, going out for Sheldon's going to have to deal with the inside post. If she's off a little slow, maybe there's some kickback and slop, but it wouldn't surprise me if this horse can run.
No, I just couldn't find a whole lot there. Daredevil with 10% with the first-time starters. At the price I think we're going to get, I think this horse will come down a little bit. You know, Grayson's Girl certainly is the one I think is going to take a ton of play. I'm going to take a wait and see. I'll use this horse lightly underneath. I'll probably key around the 5. Again, interesting to see if this horse takes play like Kerry's other horse did down at Gulfstream for these same connections.
5-6-2-1 for Keith, 6-2-4-1 for me in race number 2, the kickoff leg of the first 50-cent pick 4 of the afternoon. Race number 3 is at 5.5 furlongs, 25 down to 20. Now winners a 3 life for 3 and up. Take out the 1 win no joke, the 3 uni winner, the 5 Kissling. This is the first leg of our 20-cent Chesapeake Pick 6 jackpot wager. If you're the only one to pick the first place finisher in each of the last 6 races, you scoop the pool.
Scoop the pool, get it all. Another interesting race. I was hoping a couple of these would have stayed in, would have enhanced the price, I believe, on my top selection. You've got this horse into the mix. El Divino Nino. We saw Rudy Sanchez Salaman last weekend hit with a horse. Was a quick K that jumped up at a good number at 9-1. El Divino Nino comes in here. You're looking at the formula. Yeah, this is a big step. And the more I look at it, I'm not so sure. I think this horse fits. This is a horse that they thought had a little bit of talent going back. Ran this horse in the Jimmy Wingfield back as a 3-year-old in New York. Divino Nino, that last race was super strong. When I dole out the eager comment, you better pay attention. This horse has positional speed and can finish. Did it last time. I like this horse right back off a little bit of a break. Yeah, I think was a vet scratch leading into this. El Divino Nino with Lipistina.
Same move that Rudy used with Quitquai the other day. Yeah. Winning a 12-5 non-winners at 2 life, double jumping up to the 25,000 non-winners at 3 life. That horse scored at 9-1. This horse obviously likes a wet track and is tactical. Should be a fair price. We'll learn a lot more about Bold Ambition, the number 4 in this race. We have a video spotlight of Bold Ambition's most recent start. The first race off the Brittany Russell claim, and Bold Ambition didn't break the best, but just cruised up on the outside to press the pace under Toledo. And once Toledo pushes the button, Bold Ambition goes about his business.
I think this is the right move. Just going to go ahead and hold the level right back at a $25,000 tag, but cruises up here. Was hampered by a really poor start 2 races back, but sits here chilly. Didn't come off greatest, but moved up with ease. Effortless kind of move 3 wide around the turn, and the wind's going away. Attack mode right back at you. Going to be a short price here for BTR in Toledo. Better be tied on again, though. You know, can he duplicate this effort? We're going to find out. But again, the break is going to be critical.
I think rapidity is very well placed by Kieran here. This horse scored for the 40 in the non-winners at 2 life. Then not being too aggressive, stepping up to the non-winners of 3 life, fits for 25, comes in sharp with very competitive figs.
I just like the moxie this horse has shown the last couple of races. 3 good races in a row. Came off that break from December to mid-February, big. Then worked out a trip in between, and I like that comment we give. Dog it, lost even with the rider losing the crop, kept going. This horse has a determined style, and I think it's going to work right back here. Moving up to the 3 in life condition.
We both have the 7 Dissolute in here. This horse really appreciates a wet track. Both lifetime wins have come on wet. Kind of made an early mid-move last time out at Penn National before flattening out, but has proven herself at this level. 2, 6, 4, and 7 for Keith. 4, 2, 7, 6 for me in race number 3, the opening leg of the 20-cent Chesapeake Pick 6. We move on to race number 4. We're going 3/4 of a mile. It's one of those starter optional claiming events. 8,000 the starter allowance, 12.5 down to 10 the optional claiming price. Take out the 4. She is Whiskey. Race number 4 is the first leg of our late 12% takeout value pick 5. Low takeout, and Mackenzie Pfeiffer as a ticket.
Mac ticket. We got one. Here we go. And that looks kind of like my ticket early on the early ticket. She goes 4 deep. 1, 5, 7, and 8. Our Avery Lynn holding really good form for Gorham. I think gets it Hazelwood on Hot Dance. Definitely forward factor. Kieran's got 2 runners in here. You got a 10-1 morning line on Hot Dance. Race 5, 3 deep with the 3, 6, and 9. I like those a lot. She's got the firster for Brittany. Summer of the Country off of that. Unfortunate deep down to Colonial and Nicole's Will. Race 6, 2 deep with the 3 and the 5. Boy, if there's a race I'd like to even spread a little bit more, I thought race 6 was really, really tough today. Race 7, she's got a single. Had to do it somewhere to keep this ticket reasonable. She goes with Sheriff Ronnie, a horse that definitely likes the off-track and is in very good form for Tim Kreiser. Should be able to get a clear trip and pouncing kind of a trip for Sheriff Ronnie. Race 8, wrap it up, 3, 6, and 7. Weekend wife a firster for Tim Keefe. It's a $36 late value. Pick 5, another one that could pay boxcars. And she just tried to keep it within range at 36. This is a ticket that could take it up a notch or two. Again, grab some friends if you need to take down one of these pick 5s.
And your top selection in race number 4 is the number 8, True Sunshine. Just a very consistent runner for Kieran McGee. She's hit the board in her last 5 starts. It doesn't matter whether it's 2 turns at Charlietown or here at Laurel over a wet track. She won over a wet track 3 starts back. She just seems to fit, and she's the kind of horse that maybe because her last race was a loss at Charlestown, maybe she drifts a bit.
I think yes. I think you got her line spot on at 6. I think she's lost in the shuffle a little bit of a numbers regression. But I thought her last race was better than what it really looks like on paper. She was a little bit sharper than what she's been out of the gate. Now, Acosta went ahead. He dropped to the inside, was rated, and she was kind of stymied a little bit behind a rival turning for home. She dove back inside, kept on with willingness. Against this group, she brings that kind of break in that positional speed. It's kind of similar to a horse I like later in today's card. I think she can get a good tracking trip. I think she's ready to make another jump back up for Kieran, run that kind of high 50, low 60 figure. I like her positioning here because you're looking at the field. Maybe Hot Dance, the other Kieran kind of goes. Sally's Gold, interesting. We don't know what to make of her changing surface. Avery Lynn, I think, has to be for her. But
absolutely.
I like True Sunshine, proven over this racetrack, a 6-time winner at Laurel. Just stalk and move into it.
I wonder if last time was the time for Feiners Fillets, who've been knocking on the door, and she got the right setup, didn't she? They were cooking with gas early, and she just settled at the back, but then she blew by them to win by open lengths. Another horse that really likes a wet track. She's 3 for 6 over wet going, and I like that Jose Corrales is wheeling this horse back in a week. Did that with Skip Through the Fire. That horse scored at 14-1 off the layoff on April the 7-day layoff on April the 4th. We'll see what Feiners Fillets can do cutting back to 6. Maybe this pace does get hopped up.
I think it could. I think Yates' instructions for Hot Dance of True Sunshine, I think, is going to strike. We'll have to go a little bit forward. Sally's Gold, we don't know. And Avery Lynn, I think, is going to be closer than what she's been the last couple. She's just got natural speed against this group that I think is going to work. So, yes, Feiners Fillet, she only ran 3/8 of a mile last time. He was able to settle early, took her out wide. She ramped it up 4 wide from 3/8 and swept, and she just won easy at the last eighth of a mile. So right back doesn't bother me at all. Proven over a wet surface is Fainer's Fillets.
R. Avery Lynn, you mentioned can be forward. I think has to be aggressive from the inside post. Boy, J-Rod gave this mare a perfect trip last time out. Just broke sharp, let the speeds go, sat behind the duel, and R. Avery Lynn did the rest. A 12-time winner that usually shows up. I just hate taking short-priced horses on top off perfect trip wins, but she's a major contender.
Perfect trip. She has to have a good break from the inside. I don't think she's going to make that deep run. She's got great trips to last till you see the short comment held over Fainer's Fillets. That was at 5.5. Now has the time to run at 6 and do so from the inside and maybe work an inside-out trip. Yes, I'm going to toss the 2 in as well. You've got I Can Do It. Hasn't been seen, but numbers going back certainly work for me. I like this horse. Back at Laurel, back at 6 furlongs at Laurel.
Sally's Gold interests me a little bit.
Okay,
This horse's best races have come on the synthetic surface, including a blowout win last time out. The dirt line's not as inspiring, but can you make the argument that the Lasix, as well as the surface, move this horse forward, and that maybe she can handle a dirt track? She looked good last time out, claimed by Frock. If she could run back to a 75 Beyer speed figure, she'll be tough. I think that's pushing it.
Yeah, that might be pushing. I don't know if she's going to get there, but we know the Bolt de Oros, top and bottom. I mean, this horse should be able to handle the main track and even an off track.
8, 1, 9, and 2 for Keith. 9, 3, 1, and 2 for me in race number 4, the opening leg of our second value pick 5. 4 down, 4 to go on a Friday card at Laurel Park. We'll be back in a moment.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
Thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter, you've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
Welcome back to Today at the Races. Moving on to race number 5, going 3/4 of a mile. It's a maiden special weight for 3-year-olds. Take out the 1 Artist Mark. Take out the 2 Jace is No Joke. That puts the hot first-time starter, the 3 Agreed, down on the rail, which can be an intimidating spot for a debutant. The 12 Maupassant will be ridden by Kevin Gomez. First leg of our late 50-cent pick 4. Get involved. 2 pick 4s daily. This is the 50-cent pick 4. And again, there are some big payouts if you can beat this first-time starter, because something tells me Agreed, Brittany, Sheldon, Rapoli by Uncle Mo. It'll take some money.
Going to take just a little bit. And do you want to run the stat right off the bat? We can for Agreed and Brittany Russell. And I've got another one to toss in on top of it. Go ahead, Dan.
3-year-old first-time starters racing in maiden special dirt sprints at Laurel with Sheldon aboard. 10 for the last 17. You keep it in the family. 59% and almost a $3 return on investment.
Yeah, and I've got the past 2 years on the dirt, BTR with Rapoli with these firsters, 5 for 8 with an ROI of 335. So they're meaning business. I think the benefit here, I know the rail is going to be a little bit tricky, but you got a horse just to the outside and Bernie the Star with speed. Mike's Magic, we just don't know, but then just outside of that one is Summer in the Country horse I do think has to be forward. So even a touch of a hiccup might be able to get inside position.
Maybe the concern is that this horse is bred for a little longer.
Okay.
Uncle Mo surely inspires speed and imparts speed, but this is a half-brother to Bilal, who was grade 3 placed going long on the dirt. The dam's a half to Smart Sting, who was a debut winner, but was a grade 3 winner going on the synth. Perfect Bullet, grade 2 placed on the synth. And the second dam is Perfect Sting, a champion grass mare. So you got lots of options if dirt doesn't work out. We're hoping dirt works out.
Yeah, we're going to definitely hope. And again, going to take plenty of play. All right, where do we go besides that one? We've got this one in the mix. I like this 9. I think this is a sneaky good-looking horse from a betting standpoint. Lasix going on, J-Rod, Cal Lynch, Barn Change, synth, the dirt. Look at that bottom side. That's all I needed to see.
Lot of pedigree here for Nicole's Will. Lasix, gelding, blinkers, synthetic to dirt. Again, this horse has also shown some tactical speed. And I think this layoff means that this horse is going to come back a much more mature individual.
You've got a horse, Nicole H., the mare, graded stakes winner, $811,000 earner, was really, really good. You're right. I like the positional speed. I think this horse is just going to be okay. He's going to be fine on the wet surface. So at that kind of number with all these changes, I've got to use the 9.
Somewhere in the Country, though, already has winning experience, although he was unfortunately disqualified from the race we're going to show you right now. And this is a tough DQ. Actually, this is back at Laurel Park. Two starts back. Pardon me. No, it's my bad. First off with a layoff, and this is a good performance. And I like the Brasino was able to save ground in this race with Somewhere in the Country. And now he's going to have to get out and just gets a little bit tight. I'm not going to blame the jock here. Just has to squeeze on through, and it's just a tough spot, especially off of the layoff. I like the fact that Somewhere in the Country rallied on for second once clear, came out of that race, won a Colonial, got DQ'd for a crop violation.
Yeah, crop violation, just too many with the crop, and unfortunately that was a gutsy effort that day. We were covering the notes and all down at Colonial, just tough, but coming right back. You've got Hazelwood, so in a little bit later today. Should be forward. Here's a stat for Hugh McMahon.
Just hot recently between March 23rd, April 6th, 27%, 291 ROI. Check out those fractions the horse was battling at Colonial. 22, 68, 22, 67, kept on going. If you believe experience counts, you're going to be looking at Somewhere in the Country. Quickly want to talk about Pediatrician. First-time starter from Marco Salazar, a half to Lane Way, a Grade 2 winning turf sprinter, or a Ketta Stakes Place turf sprinter, Ragtime Rose, I believe a Stakes Place turf sprinter, and the Dam was a Grade 3 placed dirt sprinter that won the debut. So there is some speed, and this one's also by Uncle Mo.
Yeah, you got Aldebaran on the bottom, so I've seen that guy, on that second side have some runners. A Pediatrician should be a bigger price. If it's not, then seriously pay attention. Pediatrician could be a user in there. Smuggler's Gold, you kind of know what you're going to get from this guy.
Smuggler's Gold's the closer, looking for some pace. Bernie the Star is the speed, hoping to be left alone on the lead. And again, clean faces win races, as J-Rod likes to say. Bernie the Star should have a clean face if she gets out to the front. 3964 for Keith, 3697 for me. We are in agreement with Agreed, hoping he wins first time out. Race number 6 is coming up, 1-turn mile. Starter optional claimer, starter allowance 12. Optional claiming price 20 down to 16. Big field. Scratch the 4, Delice Vita. Scratch the 13, the also eligible Cathedral Beach. You can go so many different ways in here, but I think we should start with Magic Spin. This is your top selection in this race, and there's a statistic.
Yeah, there is a little stat. We've got this one for Annette Eubanks. A sprint to dirt route, 3 for the last 13, 23% with a 308 ROI. Now, Magic Spin, if I wrote this, he hadn't been around in a long while. I think he did it maybe one time it might have been even also going back on the screen. Anyhow, I might be reaching a little bit, but I talked about this horse last time, a protect move off the claim 2 races back. Last time out, I expected maybe a little bit more. Now, the number works, but I thought he had a chance the way things were heating up. They were cooking 22, 245, and 2 that he might just kind of make a little stronger impression late. But you know what? He kept on willingly, kept on going. We're going out to a mile. He's got some, races on the page that I think encourage me that he's going to get that extra distance. Tough group here. He's going to need a perfect trip with Weston to get it done. I want to see him laying, a couple out of it, maybe turning for home. But I'm hoping he can dig in through that long stretch to hold off the closers.
But there's speed in the race. I mean, Memory Bouquet is fast. Afraid of the Bunny is fast. Sin Permiso, who you scored on, I believe, on a wet track. But that was when he was loose on the lead. Not sure that's the case in here. Even on Coffee with Chris on his best day has shown some speed. This is a race where I just spread in any kind of multiple race wager. Afraid of the Bunny goes out for Jamie Ness. This horse beat the gate 2 starts back and took the field on a merry chase and just didn't have that situation last time out. He broke sharp. He was setting a 3-ply pace while 3 wide, had to work to clear, and then tired. She's won from off the pace in the past. I'm hoping she can go back to that, because sometimes when they get into that mindset that they go to the front 4 or 5 races in a row, they don't rate anymore.
No, that is a problem. And just to the inside, Memory Bouquet, we've got some horses. They got some giddy up and go early. This race to the turn could be very, very interesting. I don't know if anybody's going to let anybody get too far out of it. That's why I think Magic Spin can make that first little steady progression, take aim top of the stretch. But again, he's going to have to look in the rearview mirror.
And you don't want you don't want to move too soon because here
No.
comes Agaramese Puedes.
There it is.
How was it, Lisa? Not bad. Agaramese Puedes, we have a video
Yes.
spotlight for Agaramese Puedes, who's stepping up a bit in class, but this horse likes to make one run from the back, as he did in this race. He's going to be forced to go wide. That's the closer's dilemma. You're either going to have to weave your way through traffic or go the long way around. Agaramese Puedes looks like he's going to win this race, and it just took all of Everett Song's back class to beat him.
Yeah, pretty sharp horse as well, Everett Song, and he got the jump. And but I tell you, the last eighth of a mile, he's trying Agaramese Puedes, but just can't quite get it done. Just beating a dirty, rotten nostril. But look at the internals, too. 24, 4, 49, and 1. A little heavier surface that particular day. I think he's going to love what's going up in front. He could be a mile behind once they leave the far turn. But if he's ramping it up past the 3/8 to the head of the lane, watch out. His charge could work today.
Everett Song flattered that race, came right back to win next time with a 77 buyer. Group ticket is somewhat interesting for Ness because while this horse has shown speed, he's actually rated recently, and that might work out for him for J-Rod. Not the greatest wet track record in the world, but I don't think that means he can't run on it. He's earned a 75 buyer. Maybe he just gets the right setup.
He's going to need that trip that he got that J-Rod gave the horse. Aero Speed, I believe
Yes.
it was the other day. A horse that had been kind of forward in the Ness barn, but boy, J-Rod did a beautiful job getting this horse towards the inside and stalking and relaxing. If he gets any kind of trip like that, group ticket as a player today in the 6th.
Just another wide open, great betting race. Keith's going 5, 9, 8, 12. I'm going 3, 5, 7, 8. Let's move on to race number 7. It's our feature race of the afternoon. Conditioned allowance 55 down to 44. Optional claimer scratch the 3. Bartlett. We'll see him in one of the stakes races tomorrow. That leaves us with another very open, competitive field. And Keith, you like the 4 bump and run. We have a video spotlight.
Yeah, Bump and Run and On the Mark come out of the same race on March the 2nd. Now, I should have shown you the first 16th of a mile of this race, and that was part of the why I like Bump and Run. He was second off a break, showed a little eagerness out of the gate. He got in a position that took back. But I like how he stays on here, kind of caught him behind horses. On the Mark, he's been pretty steady. Liafacina again today, worked from between horses around the turn and just kind of grinds it out late. Numbers stack up, can handle it off track. Both of them are okay. I like the value the Bump and Run brings today. He's third off of a layoff. When this guy gets involved, he stays around. And I think you got Abner Adorno today. This horse, and Gonzalez was fine, but we got Adorno. But this horse, the way he broke last time, down towards the inside, he was into the race. He's going to have to do that today. He gets a little help with Bartlett coming out. It was going to be speed. If No Sense doesn't quite get out of there from the inside, I think Bump and Run's right up on the engine today. I want to see that kind of trip for this guy.
And look at the horse he was chasing last time out. Both those horses chasing Rominski, who came back to win his 6th straight start, and he only popped a 102 buyer speed figure when doing so. No Sense in some ways could be the key to this race because he does have positional speed and he should be fresh off the layoff.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's had a couple hiccups out of the gate, though. You go back. Stumble start, off slow, step slow, broke inward. He's got to be tied on because the last thing he wants is a little bit of a shovel. He's made some of these moves in these races flat in a touch, but he's run fast. I mean, this is a horse that can get up in the 90s from the buyer scale. Clean break, he's going to be very, very difficult because I think he's going to be, right up to the front with Bump and Run.
Murray, is he pace dependent? And that's really the key here. I like this horse. He's making his first start for Ness and DEA. I think they're 4 for 10 since they've started teaming up. But is he just a horse that needs a setup? Maybe Talented Man provides the speed.
He could. He's a horse that I used last time, came from a little bit further out of it than I thought. I do think he's going to be thrust in the race. Yes, Murray will get some flow. I don't think they're going to be just kind of walking out there. Murray, I expect a good run from the 3/8 zone.
Sheriff Ronnie is sharp. He's won 3 of his last 4. He has a nice tactical gear where he can work out a good trip. Is he good enough?
That's the $1 million question. He's been behind a couple of these. You look at On the Mark, Tenebris he beat, but Tenebris hadn't maybe been the same kind of horse. Loves a wet track. Look at that. He's 3 for 5. Gets a perfect trip out here. He's got more speed than Murray. Talon Man, if he goes, he'll be perched and ready to move into this flow. And he's moved into the teeth of some pretty good paces and kept going. Just the top spot, I find it I can't quite get them there. Being my exactas, because I'm probably going to take the first bet I'm going to make is bump and run, top and bottom.
And it's not like Talented Man can't win because he has back class. He's a stakes winner at Parks against Penbreds, and he does have good speed, and he showed some heart last time out. Good race. The favorite
really
scratches. Now it's real wide open. Keith's going 4-5-7-1. I'm going 5-1-8-4. We move on to the finale. 5.5 furlongs, 45,000 down to 36. Maryland Breds can waive the claiming price. Let's take out the number 2, Regal Miss Lily, a first-time starter by the great stallion, Great Notion, who's going to be honored a little bit later tonight, once again, in the Renaissance Awards for Maryland Breds.
Beautiful, and I believe you and Dave Rodman will be at the helm doing a great job as always. So.
Well, Dave will.
Oh, come on. Don't miss it. It's good. So, yeah, Great Notion. Get you a firster. They win right out of the box. They like an off track. Flint Stites is bringing some of these horses down. They're running okay. Now, you're looking at the first time out record for Stites. Recently, pretty good. He got an ROI. It's positive. I don't always think of Flint with the firsters, but you know what? Just the steady improvement with the workouts, and that last one kind of got me. 5/8, 1:03 breezing from the gate. Yes, there was only 3 horses total that day, but Malibu Moonshine was on the ticket, and this horse worked much, much faster than her. She's pretty good. I'm not thrilled with the rest of the field, hence I take a shot here. We're bringing in the rider, Chiapi to ride. Why not? I mean, we got 15-1 morning line. We might come down a little bit with Granuel out, but I'll take the shot in the last.
I'll take a shot with the 3 Weekend Wife. You usually don't think Tim Keefe with first-time starters, but guess what? He scored with Lazy Days on March the 23rd. That horse paid $23. Forest Boyce aboard for Weekend Wife. Very active family. This is a half to Passion Rules, so on the first 3 starts, just got a grade 2 placing going long on the dirt. Sire wins 17% first time out. I think it's going to handle a wet track. The Blofeld seemed to do that. What do you do with Margarita Days? We have a trainer stat. It's a Brittany Russell horse that debuted at the fairgrounds in a maiden special. Didn't do much running at a big price, but Brittany, when they drop, 42% to 29 ROI.
Yeah, and the blinkers are going on, which hasn't been the greatest. 2 for 14 blinkers on second start recently. But I looked at that race a little closer. Our guy does a good job. There's no doubt. But this horse did get in a little bit of a hiccup of a spot. Maybe he didn't think it was quite as important. This horse got squeezed ever so slightly going to the half-mile pole, dropped out, just kind of completely lost interest. I'll give this horse another shot. Pretty good field down there at the fairgrounds. Yeah, Brittany, with this kind of move, you got to use.
1634 for Keith, 3765 for me in the finale. Value play time. Keith, where are you going?
I am going in race number 7, Bump and Run. Third off the break. This horse has got some fight when he gets up front. He's going to get up front today, I believe, with Abner Adorno. Let's get it done at a good number.
You're a one-up on me in these matched races.
Okay.
My value plays on the mark, 6-1 on the morning line. Again, may go down after the Bartlett scratch, but again, these horses both ran into Rominski last time out. 23 minutes to post for race number 1 for a Friday afternoon card at Laurel Park. Callie Francois, Mackenzie Pfeiffer, Dave Rodman will take you through the program, and let's go up to Dave Rodman for scratches and changes.
Good morning and welcome to Laurel Park. 22 minutes to post time. Track condition rated good. Temperature in the mid-40s. Under cloudy skies and some rain this afternoon. Here's a look at your Laurel Park changes. First race, scratch the 1. 'Tis Mark Spirit. Scratch the 8. The Heights. Second race, scratch 3, Peachy Promises, scratch number 3. Third race, scratch number 1, Win No Joke. Scratch number 3, Uniwinner. Scratch the 5, Kissling, third race. Fourth race, scratch 4, She Is Whiskey. Fourth race, scratch number 4. Fifth race, Scratch number 1, Artist Mark. Scratch 2, Jace is no joke. Jockey change on the 12, Maupassant to Kevin Gomez. Kevin Gomez on the 12, Maupassant. 6th race. Scratch number 4, Delete Civita. 10 Coffee with Chris, 2 over. Scratch 13, Cathedral Beach. Race 6. 7th race, scratch number 3, Bartlett. Scratch 3. Jockey on the 4, Bump and Run, Abner Adorno. Abner Adorno on the 4, Bump and Run, 7th race. 8th race, scratch the 2, Granuel. Number 5, Ballycurran is 2 over. Following the 8th race, races 9 through 16 from Palermo, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Wagered through Laurel Park. 20 minutes to post time, value pick 5s early and late, 12% takeout. Chesapeake pick 6 starts in race 3, 2,633 carryover. And race 6 is the jackpot super high 5 race. Good luck this afternoon at Laurel Park.